the stretch and we may all go back to our seats. As I also call on our Associate Professor or Program Director for Teacher Quality and Experiential Learning, Associate Professor Tomasa F. Quinones, PhD, on stage.
Thank you, Ma'am Camille. Good morning. I feel elated to introduce another esteemed speaker in the person of Dr. Jenny V. Hodgson, the Executive Director 5 of the Teacher Education Council Secretariat. As the head of the TEC Secretariat, she leads the work behind the fulfillment of the Council's mandates, which includes, among others, the operationalization of the Secretariat itself, Teacher Career Progression Framework, and the Teacher Education Scholarship Program focused on the needed teachers in basic education and the reframing of the teacher education curriculum. Dr. Hodgson is a distinguished educator and academic leader who has been in the teacher education practice for 25 years now. Her commitment to teaching excellence is evidenced by her completion of a postdoctorate in research at the University of New England, Australia, and the conferment of Bravo Empowered Women Award in the field of education by the Zonda Club of Makati Environs and Security Bank in 2023. Prior to her installation as the Teacher Education Council's Executive Director 5 for the TEC Secretariat, she served as the Vice President for Academics of the Philippine Normal University from 2020 to 2023, Director of the Research Institute for Teacher Quality from 2022 to 2024. She was also a member of the Standing Committee for Higher Education and Teacher Education and Development of the Second Congressional Commission on Education, EDCOM 2, from 2023 to 2024. Under her leadership as RITQ Director, she has led the Research Center's transition to an institute while implementing various high-impact projects with DepEd and the Bangsamoro Ministry of Basic, Higher, and Technical Education, MBHTE. She led the embedding of teacher and school leader standards in the DepEd career progression system and processes. As an education leader at the forefront of key education issues, she led the development and validation of the Philippine Professional Standards for Teachers, the PPST, Philippine Professional Standards for School Heads, or PPSSH, and the Philippine Professional Standards for Supervisors, or the PPSS. She was the project leader of at least 8 projects that informed the development of various education policies, including the development of DepEd's Result-Based Performance Management System, RPMS, assessment tools for teachers and school leaders, development of PPST-based prototype syllabi on priority areas in pre-service teacher education, and the development of a joint DepEd-CHED policy on the PPST-based pre-service teachers field study and teaching internship experience. Without further ado, please join me in welcoming Dr. Jenny V. Hodgson. A warm of applause, please.
Magandang umaga po. Maraming salamat sa kind introduction. I'd like to greet my good friend, Professor X of the EDCOM and the President of UMAC, the Vice President, Dr. Tapia, and my very good friend, Dean Jason Berganya of SITE. I'd also like to acknowledge my good friend, Professor Stephanie there. At magandang umaga po sa mga kaibigan ko sa UMAC. I feel like always coming home, no? Kapag ako ay nasa UMAC, no? Kasi ako ay dito unang nagturo. Ang aking karera ay nag-umpisa sa UMAC. At pangalawa, tinatanggap ko lagi yung imbitasyon kasi alam ko yung pagsasalita ko, hindi lang yumak ang aking audience. Nandito ang mga kaibigan natin sa local university and colleges na pinagpupunyigaan namin sa TEC na iangat ang antas in terms of recognition of the government and recognition of the society. So I thank our friends from the other local universities and colleges here. I hope that my talk would be able to inspire you, move forward teacher education in the country. Okay, tumama na yung aming title. Disrupted pa kasi yan kanina, right? I'd like to acknowledge first the context of innovated, right? I agree with VP Tapia earlier when he said the condition of innovated is looking at it to innovate, and it's a past tense. So parang hindi na tayo nangangarap lang, no? Ini-envision na natin na nagawa na natin siya, and therefore we have moved forward. But also the context of the call to innovate. Okay, the call to innovate for education. So whatever condition and angle you're looking at, please look at both words from the perspective of our future leaders in the country. Let's move forward. Next slide, please. I'd like to introduce the Teacher Education Council. We're established in 1994 to ensure quality teacher education quality in the Philippines. We're strengthened by Republic Act 11713. So sana yung nag-share kanina si Madam sa kanilang ano ba yun? Sa kanilang subject, sana inaaral nyo rin ang batas and what it should do for the country. Ang lagi kong sinasabi, rather than looking at us as the leader of teacher education in the country, look at us as an agency, a government agency na dapat ninyong singilin sa lahat ng kailangan nating gawin sa bansa. It is an act to further strengthen teacher education through various initiatives, including scholarship. Let's move forward. Tatlo pong mahahalagang aspeto ang aming dala-dala sa aming batas. Una, would like to enhance the council, and I'll introduce the council by strengthening our role in teacher development. We have scholarship programs. If you have questions on scholarship, please do ask later because the talk will not focus on scholarship. And if you are familiar with the National Educators Academy of the Philippines, we've institutionalized that in the law. Moving forward. This is our council we are responding to. If you can click to the next slide, please. Right, we are responding to 5 member agencies. So hindi lang po isa ang aking boss. The DepEd Secretary is always the chairperson. So DepEd is always at the helm of education development in the country. CHED as the vice chairperson. TESDA as our ex-officio member with NCCA and with PRC. Moving forward. The council is also composed of interim of our regular members. They're called interim because the law expects additional members of the regular members. So if you have not seen our website, please do visit because meron kaming call for regular members. So our interim regular members are zonal representatives, Dr. Espique of St. Louis University, Dr. Gisnoni Babia of City College of Cagayan de Oro, and Dr. Annabel Cosumpa of Ateneo de Davao University. Our teacher representatives, Dr. Thomas Edison de la Cruz of Science, Dr. Gary Carchuelo for Mathematics, and Dr. Archie Rezos for Social Studies. Kung ang tanong niyo po, bakit wala ang ibang asignatura? Kasi yun lang po ang hiningi ng batas namin. Ang English po dyan, ako ang former na representative ng language dyan. Okay? We're looking for new regular members. Please do visit our website for application. Next slide, please. I'd like to introduce the Secretariat. I lead the Secretariat. I'm joined by Director Ranvi Manguera, and we will be joined by 4 more directors, hopefully very soon. You've noticed our advisor to the council is the Philippine Normal University. And now I move on to my first slide for the presentation. Next slide, please. Okay, may 1,536 na teacher education in the country. So kayo po na nasa audience, kayo po ay ilan sa 1,536? So sa bilang po na yan, may 103 na local university and colleges. So kayo po ay nire-represent na ng ilan sa 103 na yan. Ano ang concern? Unang concern namin, hindi namin alam nasaan lahat ang looks. Kaya kong bilangin kasi they have profiles with us, right? Pero hindi namin makita kung nasaan sila in terms of what they're doing, the structure. Ang tanong kanina ni VP Tapi, ano ba ang structure nyo? Are you headed by a dean? That's an important question for TEC also. Kasi ano yung programa na pwede naming ilapit, ano? Out of that, meron tayong other government schools. Mostly po itong 5 na ito nasa BARM. As you know, politically, there is a difference between how BARM is supported by the national government. 1,004 are private institutions. So ganun din po, kagaya ng problema namin sa looks, problema din namin yung private school. Saan sila? Sino sila? Ano ang ginagawa nila? Ano ang structure nila? Ano ang mga programang ino-offer? Baka mamaya may programa na isa lang ang kaguruan nila. So we have a problem there. And 424 are SUCs or state universities and colleges. From the first perspective of, the number of TEIs, meron na agad tayong concern. Ilan ba ang nagguguro sa Pilipinas at bakit ganito kadami ang ating TEIs? Sa ibang bansa po, 7 lang ang TEIs nila. So sigurado ka na nanggagaling sa isa sa mga 7 na yon ang pagde-develop ng mga magiging guro sa Pilipinas. One response bakit ang dami-dami nating teacher education institutions in the country is ang laki ng Pilipinas. Ang laki ng sinasagot natin. And that's a very valid reason. Ano? Pero ano pa kaya ang dahilan? Ang dahilan kaya ay dahil ito ang pinakamurang programa, and therefore opening a program of teacher education may mean more enrollees. Ang isa kayang dahilan ay wala nang choice, lalo na sa mga probinsya. Okay? So, kailangan po makapaglabas na kami ng datos as to bakit ang dami-dami nating teacher education in the country. Next slide, please. The sad story is that out of 1,536, we only have 35 teacher education centers of excellence. At wala po dyan ang LUC. Wala po dyan ang local university and college. That's a big problem because we could not model. Iba po kasi ang requirement ng isang local university as you would know, those of you in the audience. Ang sinasagot po ninyo ay local context. So if we do not have a center of excellence in the LUC, you are not responding fully to modeling a local need. So kanina, marami na po kaming pinag-usapan ni Dean Jason. Hopefully, we can move forward with all of these, okay? Marami pong symposiums na lalabas ang TEC at iimbitahan namin kayo doon. Isa doon ang ano ang modelo ng programa ng isang LUC. Okay? Sana ang programa ng LUC hindi yung mainstream. Hindi lagi yung kung ano ang kailangan nationally. Because again, the local demand is important. Wala po kaming data ng local. So sana UMAC ang gumawa nun. I heard our friends from PLV are here. Sino ba may narinig ko kanina? Universidad de Manila, kapitbahay ng Philippine Normal University is here. So yan, magkalapit lang kami, maglalakad ka lang, pero yung same programa namin, programa din nila. That's a concern, right? Yung konsepto ng local need, hindi natutugunan ng local university. So baka si TEC, ang kailangan niya gawin, framework for local university. Ito ang kailangan mong tugunan. So stop offering programs that are already being offered by bigger universities, but offer these programs because these are what are needed in the local government. Okay? Next slide, please. Okay, we move on to this particular slide. Ito isa sa mga paborito kong strips, no? I thought Stripe how to whistle. I didn't hear him whistling. I said I taught him. I didn't say he learned it. So ano ba ang konteksto natin ng edukasyon sa Pilipinas? Were you taught this way? Naturally. But where did you learn it? Maybe there's a concern. More importantly, dadagdagan ko yung comic strip, no? Did you learn and use it appropriately is another question. Kanina may konteksto on AI. Yeah, I understand the concern ng ating batang guro. But AI is here to stay. Baka tayo aalis na, pero yung AI would stay. How do we now marry that concern? You have a concern, and I agree with you as an educator, but then because it will stay, no matter how much you want to erase it from the perspective of the students, it's here to stay. Because everything that we're doing is actually AI, mostly AI. Now, moving on. Next slide, please. I could not help but make use of some EDCOM data, and President X already narrated and specified big aspects of the EDCOM report, okay? Yes, there is an education crisis. Anyone who's telling us otherwise is not being honest, okay? Anyone who is saying otherwise is not true to what conditions are. Pag sinabi mo, kami sa UMAC, ganito kami, etc., good for you. But overall, in the Philippines, we have an education crisis. The first step to solving a problem is to admit that there is a problem. The problem is, when you look at the word crisis, you're looking at it as a point of reference of problem. Hindi siya problema na lang. Crisis na siya. So, ibig sabihin ng crisis, kailangan nating solusyonan ngayon. Kasi kung hindi natin solusyonan, our future generation will never make it in the world. Totoo po ang datos ni Professor X, tayo ang younger generation. Japan, for example, isa na lang ang gagamitin kong example. Japan, for example, is an aging population. So, delikado na sila, problemado na sila, because moving forward with their economy is unlikely with an aging population. Kahit ano pang robots ang maiproduce nila. Ours is very alive, very passionate, very young generation. However, pag puro passion ka, wala. Pag puro forma ka, wala. No? Kailangan may content, kailangan may laman, hence the education crisis. How do we fix the foundations? 4 po ang nakalagay dito. Nutrition for children below 5, diniscuss na yan ni Professor X, hindi yan sinasagot ng TEC. Support the bullied, sinasagot ng TEC by supporting the teachers so that our students are never bullied or less bullied. I don't know if that's a condition. Support those who cannot read at grade 3. Sinusuportahan niya ng TEC by supporting the teachers, support the students. No? Ang atin po mga bata, hindi marunong magbasa. But they can recognize something, no? So, ano ba ang concern natin? Hindi ba nakakapagbasa ang mga bata dahil hindi sila natuturuan magbasa? O baka yung lifestyle natin, right? So, the teachers must also have a paradigm shift on how they are supported to read. And finally, raise funds for classroom. Hindi po sinasagot ng Teacher Education Council. Yan. Next slide, please. Out of our problems is now a call to action. Particularly the call to action, and we took the liberty of highlighting the specific words, no? In the paragraph of EDCOM, we have to take part in rebuilding and retrofitting our system. I'll stay here for a while. Rebuilding is easy to understand. You ensure that your curriculum is new. You ensure that the curriculum enhances what is already there. Ensure that our students who want to become teachers really get the best of support that there is, no? Pero doon ako magko-concentrate sa retrofitting. Pag sinabing retrofitting sa building, ibig sabihin nandoon na yung building. Kaya lang, nire-retrofit mo siya, ni-fit mo siya, doon sa pangangailangan mo na ngayon. Nung batang guro ako, wala itong auditorium na ito. Nung batang guro ako sa UMAC. Pero nagkaroon na siya ng auditorium kasi finit nyo na siya sa needs ninyo. That's a bigger problem than rebuilding. Because we could not start from zero. We have to begin in the middle, and that complicates our work in the Teacher Education Council. Why? Because you already have conditions of what teacher education and education is. Bigyan ko kayo ng example, ha? Ito na naman ako, no? Minsan pag nagsasalita ako, dinadahan-dahan ko kasi ang dami ko ng kaaway agad, wala pa yung programa, no? Okay. Dahil tayo sa higher education, focus tayo sa content, philosophy, theory. So ayaw mong i-give up ang iyong programa, syempre naman, 'di ba? Ayaw mong i-give up 'yan. Ang problema hindi 'yun ang kailangan ng Pilipinas. So saan tayo lulugar? So ito na, bigyan ko kayo isang example. Meron kaming Bachelor in Physical and Health Education. Sinong nag-tumitake nun? Nag-take at pag-graduate na doon? Good. Wala. Okay. Kaso wala namang PE teacher sa Pilipinas. Wala namang PE and health teacher sa Pilipinas. Merong music, arts, PE, and health. Jenny, in the first place, hindi naman sila dapat pinagsama ang apat. Agree. Jenny, in the first place, magkaiba ang learning na mga yon, agree. Jenny, in the first place, dapat talaga, dalawang guro yon, PE and health man lang, music and arts, agree. Hindi yun ang meron ng Pilipinas. So, lalabanan ba natin siya ng Pilipinas o sasagutin natin ang pangangailangan ng Pilipinas? Gap na, di ba? Problem na, di ba? Okay, second example. Estudyante ko ba? Naku naman. Kaya pala naman. Okay, sige. Second example. Bakit ba kami pinagsasama-sama na sciences? Iba ang pagiging physics teacher, sa biology teacher, sa chemistry teacher, sa general science, Jenny. Magkakaibang learning yan. Agree with you. Agree. Pero pag ang bata pumunta sa palengke at namili ng kanyang isda, anong ginagamit na science doon? Baka biology, baka lang ha, baka mali din ako eh. Mali din ako, diba? Pag binili siya ng isda, iniisip niya, anong luto ba ito? Anong gagawin ko ba dito? Anong science kaya yon? Hindi ko rin alam. Anong science ba? Ba't ba yun ang example ko? Pero what I'm trying to drive at is, in life, you don't separate. Ay, bio major lang ako. Ito lang ang kaya kong gawin. Chemistry major lang ako. Ito lang ang kaya kong gawin. In life, you use all of the sciences. When you say, bakit ang Makati hindi man lang nagde-declare ng walang pasok? Bakit nga ba kayo sa Makati? Iba ba kayo sa Pilipinas? Nag-declare na yung Maynila, yung sunod-sunod, pero yung Makati, wala eh. Naalala ko si Professor Oni Irisbe, no? Sabi niya lagi sa Facebook page niya, bakit ba? Iba kami sa Makati. No? Iba ang aming buhay sa Makati, no? But what skills do you use when you look at climate? Hindi ba sama-sama doon ang sciences? So while I agree with you na iba-iba ang skills niyan, what kind of students are we building? Hindi ba siya ay holistic na bata? Final example, okay? Jenny, hindi namin problem yung early childhood. Ang gusto talaga namin makadevelop na magagaling na English majors, etc., etc. But look at the data that President X gave us. Pag stunted na, bansot, gutom ang bata mula 4 years old, wala na yung learning na kayang gawin kahit anong husay mong English teacher in the elementary or in the secondary. So again, ang tanong ko kay Yumang, ang tanong ko kay Pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Maynila, and Lungsod? Ano ba sabihin yon? Basta may Manila. Ano Manila? Okay, yun na nga yun. Okay. Ano ang dapat nating pagtagumpayan? Okay? Alin ang uunahin natin? Jenny, I still want to become an English teacher. Good for you. Pero kailangan ka namin sa dulo eh. Sa gitna at sa dulo. Mas kailangan namin ito. Right? So, ano yung mga problema natin? Retrofit ang kailangan natin dito, no? So kami po sa TEC, ang gagawin na natin, hindi pwedeng one size fits all lagi. Hindi pwedeng kung ano yung ino-offer sa Maynila, i-offer hanggang sa dulo, hanggang sa Bangsamoro, sa BARM natin. Iba-iba ang needs, no? So tulungan niyo po kaming sabihin ang mga aspeto na ito. You may not agree with my opinions, but when data is released, you can't say no to data. You can't argue with data. Okay? Next slide, please. These are the EDCOM 2 priorities on teacher education, priority area 16, alignment of CHED, PRC, and DepEd, including us. Kailangan namin mag-usap-usap. Sinabi ko yan last year when I was here in the symposium. Wala kaming Viber group. No? Ngayon meron na. Marami na. Sandamakmak na Viber groups na. Priority area 7 on pre-service. Gaps in pre-service teaching. Kasama na dyan ang gap sa specialization. Pangalawa, practice. Kung ano itinuro sa inyo, hindi naman yun ang need ng ating basic education. Bigyan ko kayo ng example. Binigyan ka ng napakaraming subjects. Ang dami-dami mong alam. Pero ang hinahanap naman ng basic education, maituro mo siya according to the age needs. Wala ka nun. Jenny, mali naman yung sinasabi mo. Meron kami, sige, ilang buwan ang practicum mo. Maswerte ka na kung may 6 na buwan kang practicum. Do you agree that being a teacher means practicing being a teacher? You need to practice in the classroom, okay? Another example, hinihingi ng basic education na dapat marunong kang mag-report ng datos sa mga magulang, sa community, etc. Were you given an opportunity to practice that? Were you given an opportunity to be with parents and tell them the reports? Wala. Kasi wala sa curriculum natin yon. So kung ginagawa ng inyong mga institutions, then very good talaga ang institutions nyo. That's a gap. Hindi lamang programa, practice. Kaya tuwan-tuwa ako, sabi ko kay President X, napakaganda naman ng titulo ng unit na hinihead ni Dr. Tomasa. Teacher quality and experiential learning, which is going to be a buzzword now when we release the new curriculum. Experience, you have to experience everything, including teaching in ALS. Jenny, hindi naman ako nag-ALS. Oo nga, pero ang realidad ng buhay, may papasok sa yung bata na pang-ALS o may papasok sa yung bata na galing sa ALS program. At hindi mo alam kung paano i-manage ito. That's the reality of everyday lives of our teachers. Okay? Next, quality of teacher education institutions, yan, tinitingnan namin. Hindi lang dahil let ang ating basehan ng quality, pero meron din tayong mga reports na ang mga TEIs natin, wala namang napapag-graduate. Bakit? Kasi walang guro na specialist doon. Nag-offer ng early childhood, wala namang specialist ng early childhood. So, these are conditions that TEC must respond to. Encouraging more students to enter the teaching profession, it's a second-class citizen now. Teachers are second-class citizens. Anyone who are saying hindi po kayo nagsasabi ng totoo. We are now second-class citizens. We some of our students choose becoming teachers. One, wala na siyang choice. Two, bumagsak siya sa iba pang mga even in UP Diliman, sila ay they want to enter UP Diliman, so they enter College of Ed and then move out of College of Ed on the second term or second year. This is a reality of the game, okay? Third, pinakamura siya, yan lang ang available sa isang small private institution in the province. So kesa hindi ako maging 4-year degree holder, maguguro muna ako, but I will never become a teacher. Okay? So yan ay problema na sinasagot. It took us centuries bago nakarating sa problema na ito. It will take us, sana naman wag centuries, no? To be able to inch away from the concern, okay? And finally, licensing of teachers. So preempt ko na ang sarili ko. Hindi pwedeng ang teacher education, laging pen and paper ang license. Because ang pagiging guro ay a doer job. It's a moving job. It's a performance job. It cannot be tested all throughout by pen and paper. So that fight is ongoing, and tomorrow I will sit in a whole day affair of a technical working group for professionalization. I'm moving forward. Okay, these are in the pipeline. So ito na ang lalabas, ha? Nung nandito ako last year, lahat ito ay plano. Ngayon, may timeline na akong kayang ibigay sa inyo. Move on, please. Okay, maliit lang po itong naka-blue namin, but I'll explain. Okay, first, kailangan magkaroon ng centers of excellence na galing sa ibang sistema. So hinahamon ko ang mga local universities and colleges na nandito ngayon, pwede ba ihanda nyo ang inyong mga sarili? Ano po ang ipinapangako namin? Hindi namin bibilangin ilan ang researches na ginawa ninyo. Because number of researchers, wala naman nagbabasa niyan sa library nyo. But we will look for a research that has impact on our students and teacher education in general. So hindi ko pa po alam kung ano itsura ng impact na yon na hinahanap namin. Okay? Nakita ko na si ED Justin. Tama? Nakita ko na si ED Justin here, no? Like PBED, ang expertise ng mga yan to support our students, not just teacher education, but to support our students get good jobs, no? And paid well, okay? What did you do? What did you do to support that? Are you in collaboration with PBED and other groups like PBED? Are you supporting that kind of initiatives, that kind of innovation? Hindi ko rin bibilangin ang faculty mo, 30 ito versus 20. Pero titingnan ko, ang faculty mo ba na nagtitrain sa ating mga guro ay tamang trainer. Hindi ko ititingnan kung ang bachelors niyan, ganun kasi minsan ngayon. No? Hindi na ako babanggit ng agency, pero dapat aligned daw, aligned. Kung English major ka nung bachelor's, English major ka sa MA, English major ka sa PhD, hindi pwedeng magbago ang isip as you go and move towards life, di ba? Pwedeng magbago ang isip mo. Maaari kay social science, pero you grew to love research on teacher ed, therefore you take a master's on this. Pwedeng magbago ang isip, so we'll look into that. So hinahamon ko po ang LUCC na nandito, it's high time na we present ourselves as centers of innovation, centers of excellence in teacher education, right? Sige po. Sunod, kailangan po na magkaroon ng centers of excellence in special needs education. So pinalalakas natin ang special needs education kasi walang nag-aasikaso sa kanila, no? Kung ako po ang gumawa ng batas, nilagay ko pa ang ALS, nilagay ko ba lahat? Pero ito lang po ang nakalagay sa batas namin, okay? We want a consortia. So by UMAC doing this, no? By UMAC doing this, form a consortia na. And when we talk of consortia, you're not coming together only for glory. You come together to solve problems, dapat. Okay? Raise it to our level. TEC, from the consortia of local universities and colleges in NCR. These are our concerns. Okay? Sana hindi laging conferences kaya kayo nagsasama. But you also try to solve problems within your area. We have funds. We can fund you. Tell us where the problems are. Because hindi na namin kayang makita lahat. Sa Pilipinas ang sinosolve namin. But within NCR, ano ang major concern ng teacher education? Give us that concern. Let's sit down together and we'll solve problems together. Special focus, support from TEC and other member agencies. Okay? O, dalawa po yan, ha? Na innovations, na bagong lalabas. Kailan lalabas ang Centers of Excellence? 2025. 2026, a-apply ka na. Bakit, Jenny, mag-a-apply kami? Hindi mo kami piliin. Huy, 1,536, hindi ko kayang makita lahat. Applyan mo at pakita mo ang iyong strength, okay? Ngayon, meron din naman kaming solution na pag meron kaming mga institutions na maaaring i-nudge, can you apply? So that we'll have models on this area. So I'm telling you the truth of what we will do. And then consortia, okay? Next slide, please. Okay, I'll take it slow here. No, I'll be slow in my delivery here, okay? Alternative pathways to licensing. Now, PIBED has joined us in that fight for alternative pathways to licensing. Ang sabi namin dito, to cover new directions for education. Example, we have needs for specialists and technical experts in senior high school tech pro track, okay? Yun ang binigay namin example kasi siya ang pinakamadali. Currently, si Department of Education and I'm not very sure about all private basic education in the country, but I'm very sure with DepEd, hindi yan pwedeng mag-hire ng hindi lisensyadong guro. Kasi ang requirement ng civil service, kailangan lisensyado, hindi natin yung pwedeng tanggalin. Pero pwede nating pabilisin ang proseso at ang pathway. Anong example niyan? Kapag ka ikaw ay nurse sa isang maliit na bayan, you won't argue with me, my dear colleagues in the audience, no? That the best health teacher would be the nurse. Tama? Kahit pa may PhD ka sa science, yung nurse, practitioner yon. So may edge yon. No? May edge yon in terms of teaching health. Hindi yun makapagturo, kasi una ayaw naman niyang umalis sa pagiging nurse ng bayan. So masweldo na siya na maayos eh. Pero gusto niyang makatulong. At gusto niyang may additional income as a part-time teacher of DepEd. DepEd could not get the person kasi hindi siya lisensyado. Kahit part-time lang. A pathway to licensing means that we can support the nurse to be able to submit a portfolio of evidence na tunay siyang nurse, kaya niyang ibigay i-address ang mga competencies na kailangan ng nag-aaral ng health at tulungan siyang magkaroon ng lisensya not through a pen and paper but via that portfolio of experience. Okay? Hindi pwedeng ibinibigay mo lang ang lisensya, pero dapat kaya mo ring patunayan na kaya mo maging guro. Then comes your perennial problem. Marunong nga sa content yan, Jenny, pero hindi marunong mag-pedagogy. May AI na nga, gusto nyo pa talaga ng pedagogy marubdob na marubdob. Minsan, ang kailangan natin sa loob ng classroom, alam din naman ang content, no? Marunong nga magpa-games. 30 minutes na, nag-games na lang, wala na itinuro. Pero happy ang bata. Perfect sa evaluation. Pero pag inisa-isa mo ang kanyang laman, nag-games lang kami na nag-games and happy-happy lang kami. I don't have problems with that. But then content is also essential. Hindi naman ito mag-full-time teacher. Ang gusto lang nito mag-part-time teacher at tumulong sa DepEd in a small barrio or in a small town. That needs license. One example. Second example, okay? Kanina, may mga poging batang nag-serve ng kape sa akin doon. Tanong ko si Dean J, ang mga batang ito ay saan nag-aaral? No? Hospitality management din, okay? Ano kaya ang pwedeng pasukan na subject ng isang hospitality management student in basic education? You wanna stay to become a hospitality manager and employee in the future, but you also want to be able to support whatever you can support and earn a little bit. wala yung lisensya. So maaari bang i-embed natin ang education subject sa kanyang programa such that paglabas niya, he can choose to be a licensed teacher or he can choose to stay in hospitality management. These are conditions na pwede nating gawin. So alternative pathways to licensing is important. Jenny, hindi na ba tatanggalin na ba ang pen and paper? Unfortunately hindi. Unfortunately, kasi again, personally, I do not believe that the pen and paper can gauge quality of a teacher. Fortunately, because again, kailangan ng Pilipinas ang quality assurance pa. Hindi pa tayo handa eh. Sa ibang bansa, wala namang licensing. Sa ibang bansa, kaya mo lang patunayan na kaya mo magturo kasi mahirap maging guro sa bansa nila. Master's degree holder ka bago ka mapag-graduate. In Singapore is an example. But Singapore is very small. Baka malaki pa ang Makati sa Singapore o kasing laki siya ng Singapore. So you cannot compare all of these conditions, okay? Parang wala akong narinig na reaction sa alternative. This is important for us, okay? Because you're now saying that becoming a teacher in the Philippines are coming from many, many pathways. Okay? Si Doc Steph, hindi naman yan teacher I see Dr. Cheryl Bersoto Nasol here. Hindi rin yan teacher. Pero nagtuturo. Diba? Pero nagtuturo. Kasi kailangan natin yung practice nila. Right? It's a combination of the real deal teacher who knows how to do instructional materials, who knows how to assess, but also the discipline, the practice of. Baka wala ako, despite me being a full-pledged teacher, through and through. Okay? Next, the issuance of licensure examination, analysis, and establish a feedback mechanism. Ito importante sa mga deans nyo, sa mga vice president for academics nyo, and to Professor X. Yung LET, kahit anong horror stories na narinig natin dyan, wala tayong magawa. Yung mga at isa siya sa dahilan, I'll be very matapang here in saying this. Isa siya sa mga dahilan bakit second-class citizen ang pagiging guro. Tingnan niyo yung mga nag-law. Tingnan niyo yung mga nag-law. Very high ang regard natin sa kanila as a country. Kasi ang hirap ng dinadanas nila. Kitang-kita natin ang dugo. 4 na Sundays nagbabar. Tapos pag inilabas yung questions ng bar, kita mo ang hirap. Tayo, hindi natin nakikita ang mga questions. It's as if it's guarded, but then when you ask your students, hindi naman nila maintindihan yung mga questions. So, without PRC being open to the kinds of questions it asks to our future teachers, we will never be able to gauge quality. So, importante na makita natin ang test, ma-analyze natin, at makapaghanda tayo sa future ng pagtetest. Ang akin lamang concern ay ganito. So, ang Pilipinas, naging competitive siya, masyado. Nakikita ko rin ang UMAC, nagpo-produce ng ganitong mga PubMats. Our scores are higher than the national average passing rate. Correct. Congratulations. Pero wala na ako maririnig sa'yo dapat na mali ang LET. Because you congratulated yourself and celebrated that you ranked such and such. Kami sa PNU ginagawa din namin yan. But if you have comments that it's a wrong LET, then what did you celebrate? You celebrated topping a wrong exam. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. So did you make it in the LET because it's a wrong test? Kung tama na ba yan, papasa ka kaya? Okay, next slide. Heart na po ako, patapos na po ako. Okay, we are producing this in 2025, the reframing of the teacher education programs. We will begin with pre-service. Okay, i-release po sa Hunyo, kasi May 27, ang target na presentation yan sa council namin, ang professional education courses kasama ang Gen-Ed ng CHED. Ang general education po ay wala sa purview ng Teacher Education Council. Pare-pareho po tayo ng Gen-Ed across programs. So Commission on Higher Education yan. Let's go to the features. Next slide please. Patapos na po ako. Okay, una, expanded na po ang field experience. Mula pa year 1, first year ka pa lang, dinadala ka na namin sa partner schools not necessarily DepEd. Kaya nga ang hamon ko sa looks, wag niyong laging dalahin kay DepEd kasi meron kayong needs na hindi namin needs in the national government, no? Sorry, hindi lahat ng school sa DepEd dapat niyong puntahan kasi may specific kayong area na dapat ay pinagtatagumpayan. So ang field experience year 1 na. Ang field experience din natin, hindi na turo lang. Kasi ang pagiging guro, hindi pagiging teacher lang lagi, hindi laging classroom. Nandyan din po ang talking to stakeholders. Nandyan po ang pakikipag-ugnayan kay barangay captain na supladong-suplado lagi. Hindi mo lang maimbitahang mag-opening remarks galit na sa'yo, no? That's a critical and everyday problems of our colleagues in basic education, right? Paano makipag-deal sa ganito are skills that you need, okay? Longer internship period, 4 na taon na po ang internship period, 1 year na pala ang internship period natin, ha? That's a demand. That's a demand now. 1 year na siya. 4 na taon, ibig sabihin, nandoon ka lagi. Okay? Binawasan ng subjects para makarating ka lagi sa hinimatay na yung mga kasamahan kong guro dito. 1 taon ang internship. Jenny, sa 1 taon na yun, aalilain lang ako ng mga taga-basic ed schools. Tama din, taga-timpla ng kape, taga-check ng papel, siya na nagturo lahat. Perfect na, no? Ang tagal kong supervisor. Supervisor mo ba ako? Tagal kong supervisor ng student teaching. Ganyan ang problems ko, no? Ang mga estudyante ko, in pain, lagi naman, pagod na ako. Kasi siya na lang ang teacher, hindi na siya mentor. So, pipiliin din natin ang DepEd schools. Maglalabas kami sa TEC sa Makati, ito lang po ang schools na aming nire-recommend. Recommendatory kami lagi. Nire-recommend na puntahan ng inyong practice teachers. Because sa school na ito, maraming master teachers who are expected to mentor. Maraming teachers who are specialists of the following programs. So you don't choose openly. However, hindi naman kita kayang bantayan araw-araw. So kaya recommendatory ako. Next, focus on teaching to teach the foundational skills. Explain ko ito mamaya ng konti. Focus on teaching to teach in learning areas of need. And finally, features courses that link content and pedagogy. Next slide, please. Okay. Ito na ngayon ang ibig sabihin ng expanded field experience. Longer immersion. Immersion, ha? Una, yung course natin ng Principles of Teaching and Learning in diverse context. Hindi na tayo basta magtuturo lang ng Principles of Teaching and Learning. Ang katotohanan sa Maynila, meron kang estudyante na member ng indigenous peoples groups. Na dati wala naman yan sa NCR. Pero because of migration and mobility of people, marami na tayong IPs in Metro Manila. We have to train you how to teach them. Otherwise, that's part of your burnt out. Ayaw mo na kasi hindi man ako tinuruang magturo ng IPs. Okay? Next, partner school, kaya nyo na yan. Okay, itong sa ilalim. Principles and practices of homeroom guidance. Oh, Jenny, ba't naging guidance counselor na ako? Teaching, ang aking kinukuha, hindi naman guidance counselor. Sabi nga ni VP Tapia kanina at sinigundahan ni Press X, nagbago na ang panahon. Malungkot na ang mga estudyante natin. Ang pagiging guru natin, hindi lang alam mo ang content, pero alam mong magpadaloy ng learning sa loob ng classroom. At kahit anong husay mo sa pedagogy, kahit anong strategy mo, if your students are not ready to learn, not willing to listen, nothing will happen. And then you make sise, AI. And then you make sise, technology. And then you make sise, everything else. Okay? Hindi namin sinabi maging super men and women kayo. Ang sabi lang natin, handa ka. 2 ang sinusolusyon na natin dito. Una, pagkatuto ng bata. Pangalawa, hindi ka ma-burnt out. Kasi hindi ka naman umaalis sa profesyon dahil sa sweldo lang. Mababa rin kasi yung sweldo ng iba. Pero ito, very, very stable na trabaho. Umaalis ka kasi hindi mo gusto ang sistema. Sinabi yan ni Press X kanina, kinote niya si VP Tapia. Okay? So, kailangan naming maturuan kayo ng homeroom guidance. Hindi ka mag-guidance counselor, hindi mo susolusyonan ang problema niya. Pero kaya mo makipag-usap sa mga batang kailangan ng iyong tulong. Okay, next. Longer internship period. Ayan na, 1 taon na, 12 units na po ang internship. Huy, baka hindi na ako maging cum laude. 12 units na yan ang haba niyan. Tama po. At patitindiin natin ang pangangailangan. Gusto natin, hindi yung let ang magsasabi na of quality ka. Let is just one of the many. Bago ka lumabas ng UMAC, bago ka lumabas ng Pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Muntinlupa, of quality ka na. Kaya lang sa Pilipinas may licensure, unfortunately again. Okay? Dapat matrain ka sa mga ito, special needs program. O Jenny, English teacher ako, hindi naman ako special needs. Pero kasi, ang realidad ng buhay, merong nasa classroom mo na special needs ang kanyang kailangan. At kailangan masabi mo ito sa tamang tao. Pupunta ka kay President, ex-President, may estudyante ako. Palagay ko, kailangan nating ipatest kasi siya ay may special needs. Hindi kayang sabihin niya nang hindi na-train doon sa aspeto na yan at hindi nakapag-practice. Susunod, ALS. O, ba't nag-ALS naman, Jenny? Kasi pag nag-apply ka sa DepEd, minsan ang item, ALS. Mamimili ka between kaya mong suportahan yung crush mo sa kwento ni President X o hindi ka magtuturo sa ALS. Di doon ka na sa kaya mong suportahan ang crush mo. Therefore, you become an ALS teacher. And you grow to love ALS education. Why? Kasi you're helping the community talaga eh. Sila talaga ang may kailangan ng tulong natin. So one course and the immersion on those classrooms would help you. Kesa wala kang alam completely. Okay? Indigenous education program is very critical for the country. That's why we're losing our cultural bondage. We're losing our cultural essence because we have not trained our teachers to support these indigenous groups. No? Meron ako na-observe na classroom. Ano ba yun? Grade 2, grade 3 yata, early childhood, okay? Early grades. Ang sample niya, kalimutan ko na kung anong kanyang subject, pero meron siyang photos in front, no? Kasi observation eh, siyempre pagandahan ng instructional material yan. Ang isang photo of a pig. And then you look at the audience, you have clearly Muslim students. Really? Hindi naman, it doesn't take a PhD holder to know that you don't use samples like that, such that you don't affect cultural biases, right? These are important. And finally, I'm very happy to report that we are going back to the basics. We have a subject, a course, specifically for literacy and for numeracy. Jenny naman, I want to teach in the higher levels. I don't like literacy and numeracy anymore. But the data, and you cannot argue with data, says our students could not learn higher learning because they do not have basic literacy and numeracy. Okay, next slide please. Laktawan ko na po yan. Next slide. Eto po. Meron na pong subject na the learner and lifespan human development. Kasi po, hindi lahat ng nag-aaral ngayon ay bata. Ang nag-aaral ngayon yung nagtrabaho muna, pero gusto niyang bumalik sa pag-aaral para tulungan ang kanyang sarili. Hence, you need adult learning and lifelong learning. So, tigilan na po natin ang pagtingin na ang edukasyon ay para lamang talaga sa mga may kakayahan. Kailangan natin suportahan ang lahat ng ating mga kababayan. Foundations of Special and Inclusive Education, responding to RA 1106 and 11650. Next slide, please. Okay. Meron na tayong kurso na Technology for Teaching. Jenny, dati na namin yung ginagawa. Meron kang Technology for Teaching and Learning, wala kang Technology for Teaching. So akala mo, pag nag-slides ka na, gumamit ka na ng technology. In a way, tama din naman yon, no? Pero yung technology must be embedded in learning rather than just your presentation. Next, meron na tayong subject na... Basa yung pangalawa. Para alam nyo namang gamitin ang data. Hindi yung ang data nire-report nyo lang kay principal, na nire-report lang din naman kay supervisor, na nire-report lang din naman kay superintendent, na inire-report lang din naman kay regional director, and finally, inire-report sa central office. Data is critical in your own classroom. And this is where you get beauty of research. So lalagyan na po natin ang Essential Data Analytics for Teachers, use of data to inform instruction. Dito po yung mga action research, etc. And finally, there's a separate subject for research for teaching and learning. Hindi siya research na kung ano-anong inyong ginagawa. High school student pa lang, pero ang mga pinapa-research ng research teachers, the use of pronouns in sentences. Hindi nga maka-English yung mga bata, the use of correct pronouns pa. Ano pa ba yung nabasa ko sa English? The use of, ano ba yun? Movie. Yeah, the use of movie to support comprehension. Wonderful, very good. Tapos nandun sa payatas. Meaning, our kids do not have the luxury all the time to watch movies. Right? Okay, so that's a problem. Next slide, please. Okay na ako, kasi binigyan na ako ng 5 minutes left. Okay, ano ang timeline ko? Go ahead. Next slide, please. Okay, eto na. So sa June namin i-introduce. Ngayon, pag inilabas namin ng June, sa June to August, meron namang, ang tawag dito, specialization. So Prof Ed muna. Bakit inuuna mong Prof Ed, Jenny? Kasi yun ang common sa lahat. And then September to October 2025, eto na yung mga syllabi exemplar. So ang pinapangako namin, mga dekana at dekano ng College of Teacher Education or College of Education, hindi lang namin ilalabas ang course at saka description. Ilalabas namin ang syllabi exemplar. Ibig sabihin, bawat kurso, bibigyan ka namin ng syllabus. Kung gusto mong gamitin ang syllabus in toto, in full, go ahead. Kung gusto mong baguhin kasi marami kang alam, go ahead. Kung gusto mo siyang kalahati sa'yo, kalahati amin, go ahead. Basta ilalabas namin yan. Ilalabas din namin ang implementation program. UMAC, ito ang sample implementation plan. Ibig sabihin, ito ang mga kursong ilalabas mo pag first year, ito ang timeline, ito ang number of units, ganito computein ang schedule ng mga bata. Gamitin mo o hindi, ilalabas namin because not all of our TEIs are as good as all of you here. There are TEIs who need support. We will also release materials exemplar. You wanna teach this subject? You want to teach this topic in this subject, ito ang mga sample materials available, free for use, ginawa either ng experts namin or available in the internet, etc., etc., etc. Again, if you don't want to use it, then don't. But we will release such. Finally, we will release what we call capacity building to support pre-service, teacher educators, and managers. Mag-umpisa yan ng July. Okay, isang slide na lang po. Isang slide na lang po ako. Go ahead, please. Okay. Next slide. Next slide. Here. Okay. So, anong impact ng mga ito sa inyo? Sa current nyong sitwasyon, okay? Una, you have to study the new curriculum in basic education. Kapag wala pa ito sa inyong curriculum at gagraduate na kayo ngayong taon, ensure po ninyo na tingnan ninyo ang website namin na currently ay marami pang ina-adjust. So kung napapangitan kayo, napapangitan din kami. Pero hindi mabilis gumawa ng maayos na website. Ano po? Ilalabas po namin ang mga programs para sa pre-service. Ang main intention lang po noon, hindi na ituro sa inyo ang bagong basic ed curriculum, hindi kasalanan ng inyong mga professors yon. Kalalabas lang kasi ng basic ed curriculum. Pero pag nag-apply ka kasi, doon ka i-gauge. So we need to support you how to unpack the competencies there and how to teach in support of what you already know. Okay? Next, to be capacitated under reframed teacher education curriculum. So balik ako pala, sorry. So, maglo-launch kami niyan, libre po yan, hindi lahat namin kayo maa-accommodate, kaya hinihiram ko ang venue ng UMAC, hindi lahat kayo maa-accommodate in person, that takes a little bit of money, ha? Pero available, ano man ang i-deliver namin in person, online. So you just take whatever it is necessary for you so that you can apply. Mas magandang pag nag-apply ka sa basic education and you would be asked, do you know the new basic education curriculum? You can say a bit, right? Okay, for teacher educators, we will capacitate you on the reframed teacher education curriculum. Paano ito ituro? Ito po ang mga materials, ito po ang syllabus na available para sa inyo. And finally, we need to upskill and reskill for targeted professional development our teacher educators. So ang TEC po, ang mandato namin, nandito sa taas. Wala sa in-service. Yung in-service po, may NEA po yan for professional development. Pero yung TEIs po, nasa mandato po namin yan. Finally, last 2 slides. Go ahead, please. Next slide. Hindi ko na po daanan to. You can have a copy of my presentation from Dean Berganya. Okay. These are our current surveys. Please take a photo. Ang unang kailangan namin, survey on TEIs and teacher educator profiling. Baka po yung mga TEIs na nandito, wala pa kayo sa database. hindi kayo masasama sa mga scholarship program. Siguraduhin nyo po na pagbisita nyo sa aming website, hanapin ninyo na nandoon ang Pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Maynila, Pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Muntinlupa, etc., etc., na hindi ko pa mabanggit. And PLV, no, my good friends in Pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Valenzuela. Susunod, survey on licensed professional teachers who are currently not teaching. So licensed pero hindi nagtuturo. Baka po may kapatid kayong ganito. Kailangan namin ang survey na yan. Bakit? Kailangan makabuo kami ng programa either to support you in going back to the profession, kung gusto mo pa. Kung ayaw mo na, baka naman it's high time na tanggapin natin na ang pagiging guro, hindi lamang classroom ang pwede niyang puntahan. Baka naman trainers, wherever you are, is actually in the peripheral of being a teacher. So baka it's high time na ang curriculum dagdagan doon sa aspeto na yon. Right? Tanggapin natin ang pagbabago ng panahon. Okay? So, kailangan namin ng universe. Okay? Kailangan namin malaman nasaan ang mga teachers. So, please. And finally, hindi naman ikayo ito. Ano ba ang challenge sa pag-take ng licensure exam? So, kailangan po naming suportahan ito ng mga programa, maaaring libreng review o pagtatanong sa'yo. Alam niyo po yung PISA, hindi po bumagsak ang mga estudyante natin dahil hindi niya talaga alam. Some of them, hindi marunong mag-computer. At computerized po ang PISA. Right? So, hindi lamang yung results ang kailangan nating tingnan. Pero ano ang proseso? May mga bata tayong hindi pa nakahawak ng computer, lalo na sa probinsya. Computerized po ang PISA. May mga bata po tayong hindi maka-Ingles ng diretso, Ingles po ang PISA. So, hindi dahil bumagsak tayo, hindi talaga alam ng mga bata natin, although ang suspetsya natin ay ganon. But we need to get kasi the real data. So, ganon din po tayo sa teacher education, ha? Sana po ay masuportahan nyo kami, tulungan ang ating mga pumagsak sa let bucket. And my final slides. Next slide, please. Okay. Linda Darling Hammond said, if you don't have a strong supply of well-prepared teachers, nothing else in education work. I can do all the job in the council as a secretariat, but only a well-prepared pre-service students and other pathways can support teacher education and education in the country. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you very much, Director Hoxon, for the additional reflections and insights and solutions. I'm sure po ang ating audience, busog na busog po kayo sa dami ng mga kailangan ninyong malaman at kailangan pa po nating gawin bilang mga future educators and current educators. Marami pong hamon si Professor Ramos and si Dr. Hoxon. So, on that note, may mga paaralan po na hindi ko pa po nabanggit kanina. Quezon City University, Dean Randel D. Estacio, thank you very much for joining the SITE 2025 Education Summit. Technological University of the Philippines, Associate Professor Alan Villariza, thank you so much, sir. Pamantasan Lungsod ng Valenzuela, Dr. Nelda C. Jean Mariano, Dean of Pamantasan Lungsod ng Valenzuela, and Universidad de Manila, Joycel Vincent Dabalos, faculty. Maraming salamat for making time and being here. And thank you also to the Management Committee for joining Doc Jenny. And on that note, may I please allow me to read the citations. In sincere recognition of your invaluable contribution as guest speaker at the Education Summit 2025, themed Innovated, Breaking the Perennial Cycle of the Philippine Education in Crisis, Reflections, Insights, and Solutions. This recognition is confirmed with deep appreciation and high regard given this 25th day of March 2025 at the University of Makati Auditorium. Signed, Jason Berganya, EDD, Dean College of Innovative Teacher Education, and Ederson D.T. Tapia, PhD, DPA Vice President for Academic Affairs. Thank you very much again, Director Hoxon. And at this point, I'm sure brewing and filled with questions po ang ating mga students and of course our education leaders who are here. We have time for some of your questions for the